Today, doing a quick video on Elijah Craig Toasted Barrel and Elijah Craig Toasted Barrel, the Ryder Cup Limited Edition, the official bourbon of the Ryder Cup. Is this worth $100, which is twice the suggested retail price of just the normal Elijah Craig Toasted Barrel bourbon? So to get started, let's talk about the Elijah Craig Toasted Barrel. This is a bottle that I recently acquired and cracked this week for the first time. And if you've been watching this channel, you know I love double oak bourbons. So that's kind of what this is, right? So they take the typical Elijah Craig, their standard Elijah Craig small batch, and then they go through another finishing process with a toasted barrel. That's what this is. All right, so we'll start with this one. I mean, the nose on this is wonderful. It's what you would expect from a toasted barrel. It's very typical. You've got a lot of sweetness though, which I like. I like the sweetness of a good toasted barrel bourbon. I enjoy that. So yeah, I definitely smell some of that toasted oak. I smell some of the typical things like the vanillas and the sweetness. If I'm really searching, maybe some honey. All right, bottoms up. That's delicious. It's so good. This has been a kind of, as I did some research on this, I found that it's actually a little divisive. Some people really don't like this bourbon, which I was a little surprised about. Definitely sweeter than just your typical Elijah Craig small batch. One more sip here. This is the sort of bourbon I think you could give to a non-bourbon drinker, someone who's not as much into bourbon, and they would like this. This is a crushable bottle of bourbon. It really is. It's really good. For $50, if you can find this, this is a buy for me. It's a little bit harder to find. So if you're talking $70, I'm not going to go there. Probably not going to pay $70 for this. 50 to 60 though, it's a buy all day for me. Love this bottle. Really, really good stuff. Now we have the limited edition. I was able to get this for $100, thankfully. And it's actually different, right? So they start with their Elijah Craig small batch like they do with this, but instead of toasting in the new American oak, like they do with this, they're actually toasting it in European oak from the Lazio region in Italy, near where the Ryder Cup is happening. So the Ryder Cup this year, 2023, is in Rome at the Marco Simone Golf and Country Club. And they found some European barrels and from that Lazio wine region. And they were trying to pick up some of the influence of those Lazio wines in the wine barrels. And at first I thought this was just gonna be a rebranded Elijah Craig Toasted Barrel. That's what I thought we were getting. That's not it. This is a very different pour than this. Let's get into it. Let's get into the nose. I mean, the nose is fantastic on this. So it is very good. It's not as sweet, I would say. It's a little more of, you get a little more of the baking spices, but you still pick up some of that vanilla, maybe a little creme brulee, a lot more of the baking spices. It's very unique. It's a lot different than this. I would say this is probably more of a complex nose than this is. Whereas this hits you with a lot of the sweetness up front, and then you get a little bit of the baking spice finish on the end like you would expect just from a well-rounded bourbon, right? This, the baking spices really hit me up front, right in the beginning is what I'm getting from this. Then you get a little bit of the sweetness from it, from the toasted barrels, but it's very baking spice heavy, very baking spice forward, maybe a little bit of fruits there on the palate. And then again, the finish is also heavy on the baking spice. I mean, this is to me, a very different bottle than this. One more sip. So to me, the nose does carry through to the palate. So if you like the nose, I think you're gonna like the taste of this. I would say if you did not like the Elijah Craig Toasted Barrel and you see this for the $100, don't let that scare you off. You're like, I didn't like Elijah Craig Toasted, I'm not trying. Try this. This is very different, in my opinion, than this. I like both of them. I think as it stands tonight, right now, I think I actually prefer just the regular Toasted Barrel better. And it's half the price. So if you're just a bourbon drinker, you don't care about golf or collectibles or collecting bourbon bottles or limited editions, this is a pass, especially for $100. This is a buy. Now, full disclaimer, I am a huge golf fan. I love golf. I love playing golf. I love watching golf. My wife and I love going to golf tournaments. We've been to the Masters. We've been to multiple US Opens. We've been to the Players. I love going out and playing as often as I can with my buddies. Last year for my 40th birthday, my wife bought me a brand new set of clubs. All that to say, like, I am a total huge golf advocate and fan. I love it. This is an instant buy for me as just a golf fan. You can see this is a soccer jersey. It's not the Ryder Cup jersey, but it's the best I've got. I love the Ryder Cup and I love golf. So this is an instant buy for me, just based on the packaging alone. I'll show a picture of it. It's got this commemorative coin in the cork that's just beautiful, this gold Ryder Cup logo coin. I just love the trim here, the official Bourbon. Just these little things, I hate to admit it, I'm such a sucker for these sorts of gimmicks, especially when it comes to something that I love and enjoy as much as golf and bourbon. So when you mix these two things together, it's an instant buy for me. So if you're like me, this is a bottle that I would hunt for $100. I think it is very good. And if, this is what I'll be sipping on when I'm watching the Ryder Cup. Or actually, I may not, because it's in Rome, so it might be a little too early for bourbon. I don't know. I've done crazier things than drink, bourbon early in the morning, but I don't know. That might be pushing it. But either way, great bottle for someone like me who loves golf and loves collecting different limited edition bottles. So buy if you're a huge golf fan or a collector, otherwise a pass. But let me know, have you guys found this bottle? Have you tried this? What did you think of it? And what do you think of the Elijah Craig Toasted? Is this a bottle that you gravitate towards? Do you like this, or is this one that you typically avoid? And again, if you've had this or you've tried this, I would love to know your thoughts. Also, if you're a golf fan, please hit me up in the comments. Let me know, are you excited about the Ryder Cup coming up this weekend? Who are you pulling for? Who's your team? Let's talk golf in the comments too. Love it. That'll do it. Go Team USA. I hope they can pull off the win this weekend. And as always, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.